What's going on, you guys? Happy Workout Wednesday. I'm coming in with a upper body workout where we're going to hit pretty much every muscle group, but we're going to do it in a fun way that's challenging. All you're going to need is dumbbells. So let's get after it. When you're first starting in a workout, you definitely want to do your bigger muscle groups first, and in the upper body, that's going to be your chest and your back. What I'm going to do for efficiency is we're going to do something called a superset, where we are going to alternate those muscle groups so that we actually don't have to rest in between, because completely different muscles are getting used while the other one rests. So our first movement is going to be a bent over row. This is a very simple movement that targets the back, where we are going to hinge over at the hips with a flat back, almost like a bottom of a deadlift. And when we have our palms facing each other and we pull, we're targeting our back. So we're going to do 12 reps here, and you're going to maintain that position in your upper body, totally hinged over. Notice how I'm pulling to my hip and not up here to my armpit. That keeps my shoulders from scrunching up, and I'm targeting way more of my lat. Now, I can't talk and count, so we're going to call that 10. And we're going to match that while we rest those muscles with the same exact muscle group, the same exact movement, but in the opposite direction. So a chest press. Now from the floor, we're not going to get as much of a stretch. So if you have a bench, by all means, use the bench. My elbows are at a 45-degree angle. And I'm going to not only press up, but press in. And that's going to allow my chest to squeeze a little bit tighter. Notice how my shoulders aren't leaving the ground. I'm not going to get any more chest engagement by overreaching out of the chest. Awesome. I'm going to do 3, 2, 1. Now, I felt like I could probably do several more of those. So I'm going to go grab a heavier weight, and we're going to go back and forward 3 times total. All right, get after it. I'll see you for the next move. Welcome back. Now that you have done that superset of chest and back exercises 3 times total, we're moving on to another combination of the chest and back still, because those muscles are so big with so many mini muscles involved. We got to hit it at least twice, now from a different angle. So now we're going to do a reverse fly and a chest fly. Back to back, same thing, 12 reps. Reverse fly has the same body position. If this is hurting your low back, you're going to bend your knees a little bit more, but I still want you to try your best to keep your chest pointing to the ground. The more we stand up, the more we're going to target our shoulders, and we're not going to be targeting our back anymore. So we're going to plant the feet, soft elbows, and fly back. We're going to do about 12 of these here, keeping your core totally engaged. What does that mean? Belly button is in towards the spine, but your ribs are also tied against your body, right? We're not popping our ribs off and overarching our back. As best as you can, don't use too much momentum as you are bringing these weights up. Sometimes we do have to heave it up, but it might be too heavy if you have to. 12 here. 3, 2, 1. Same exact move, fighting gravity in a different way. We're lying on our back, palms are up, shoulders are against the ground. We open up for a big hug and come on together. So there's a micro bend in the elbows. If our elbows are too bent and too open wide, we're going to engage the bicep a little bit. So you got to find that sweet spot, and you're actually going to want to straighten your arms at the top. That's how you know you're engaging your chest a little bit. If you want to engage your lower abs a little bit more in any move, chest move on the ground, hold those legs in tabletop. Now make sure that your knees are right above your hips so that your abs are actually working to hold your legs up. But we're going to do 3. Big hug, 2, and 1. Woo! Those are a little more challenging than the last move. So hit that back to back 2 more times, and I'll see you for some bicep, tricep in a sec. All right, now that we got the big muscle groups covered, it's time to move on to accessory, that is biceps and triceps. Now, don't get me wrong, your biceps are working anytime you pull on a back muscle, and your triceps are working anytime you push on the chest muscle. So if you're telling me, I already feel my biceps and triceps, perfect, they're now warmed up. for this next superset. Simple bicep curl, simple tricep kickback. And the key here is to make sure that we are isolating those muscles because yes, we were already working them. Now I am grabbing a lighter weight than I did for my back and chest because this was a really big muscle I was working. Now this is a smaller muscle. I shouldn't be able to do as much weight. If I can, I was cheating myself on the chest and back. I'm not saying go back and redo it, but don't cheat yourself next time. You're a lot stronger than you think. Bicep curls, we're gonna start with our palms up and we're gonna try and maintain this here. What I mean by isolating the bicep is my elbow position is not moving. As I fatigue, you might see me kind of back up a little bit here, especially on the way down to help me. But that's not what we're doing. Not in the Limitless Society. We curl and release right on the bicep. 3, 2, 1. Now we can go straight into our tricep move. Our tricep was not working for that entire set. It is ready to go. We take that bent over position, squeeze the elbows into our sides, kick it back, bring it in. Again, look at my elbow. It is not moving. That's how I know that I'm isolating the tricep. We don't want to swing it in. My tricep isn't working anymore. Keep them right where they are and keep your gaze down. If there's a mirror, don't be looking at it. Look at my neck now. It's crinked up. I don't know if that's a word. Look down, long neck. 3, 2, and 1. If that was bothering your low back, by all means, you can take it to an overhead or a lying down skull crusher. All right, that's your next superset. 3 times total. See you soon. All right, now that you've hit your biceps and triceps in a superset, we are going to step away from the supersets, the back-to-back opposite muscle groups, and we are just going to really target those biceps in something I like to call 21 guns. All right, check it out, check it out. So 21 guns, sorry you guys, I had to move my camera. So 21 guns is going to be, we're going to do a hammer curl today. If you have a barbell, sometimes a barbell makes this movement a little bit more manageable, but we are going to do 7 reps from the bottom of the movement just to 90 degrees. Okay, 7 reps here. And we are going to add to 21. Now, I'm not talking too much because I actually do want to count because this is a really hard move, but I lost count. So we're going to call that 7. And now we're going to go to the top of the movement and we're going to drop just to 90. And we're going to pump 7 out right here. This is getting parts of our bicep that sometimes we don't normally get because we do cheat that full range of motion or we don't stay in control through the whole movement. We drop right around this spot. So we're grabbing it, pulling it back up, and now we're going to do 7 reps, full range of motion, all the way up, all the way down, locking the elbows at the bottom so you know you're getting every part. Woo, you feel that? Couple more. And that is 21 guns. You are going to do your best to hit that one more time, and I'll be back with a tricep burner. All right, you guys, biceps are pumped up, Popeye style. We're moving on to triceps with a skull crusher. So a skull crusher, we're going to lie on our back. We're not going to take the name of it literally. We're not going to actually crush our skull. If you want to put the weights together for a little more control, you can, but we're going to bend at the elbows. Bring the weights right to our forehead and push straight up to full extension. My shoulders are still on the ground and my belly button is in towards my spine. My ribs are not popping off my body. They are tied down. Elbow stays right where it is. You're going to give me 8 of these. If you feel like you can do more, either grab a heavier weight or do more. Who's stopping you? But once you hit 8, you are going to immediately flip over and give me as many push-ups as you can. This is to failure, but not a dangerous failure like you're going to hurt yourself on that last rep. And you know what? I think we're going to take it to a tricep push-up. So we're going to keep our elbows in close. We just worked our tricep. We're going to fatigue it. If you can only get 2 reps, that's fine. You just worked this muscle, but give me as many as you can. Drop to the knees if you need to, and you're going to do that one more time. Hi. That was Rob. We like Rob. All right. Now, you may have noticed we haven't exactly worked our shoulders, but what's funny is that anytime we work our chest, our back, our biceps, our triceps, our shoulder is right in the middle of that. So it is working, but not in a targeted way. Shoulders are my favorite muscle to work, and I will be coming at you with a shoulder only workout soon, but I will give you one movement to do. It's another burnout, and it's going to be an upright row. So coming in hot, we are going to do an upright row where our palms are facing our body and we're going to pull up. My elbows are the height of the movement. I'm not going to let my wrists bend at all. So it's an upright row. You're going to give me 8 of these. If this is hurting at all, I would rather you do a lateral raise. It is a different muscle group, but I still want to give you something to do in this same burnout fashion. Once you give me 8, you are going to grab a lighter weight and you are going to give me 16 of the next one. Now, you might not be able to get to 16. That's okay. But if you can find the right weights where you can give me 8 heavy and 16 at medium, we're going to be in a good spot just for doing one targeted shoulder exercise. If you need to, one arm at a time. It's the same muscle, but you're still going to give me 16 total. You can also do this with a band. All right, team, that's your final shoulder move. I want you to do that 3 times. Do not cheat yourself. 3 times total. It's worth it. You're worth it. All right, Limitless Society, that is a wrap on our upper body workout. I hope it worked out for you and you had a great time. Go ahead and flex in the mirror. You've earned it. Happy Workout Wednesday. See you next week.